and as you're aware with the title, the topic of this video is ebooks versus physical books. I know this is a very controversial topic and a debatable one as well, but I feel like I really should share my opinion as I've had my fair share of reading through both the formats. And over the years, I've realized that both of them have their pros and cons, and it would be very unfair to choose between the two or to take any sides. And before you form an opinion of yours or comment down below, I would request you to watch this video till the end very carefully because I've tried to include as many points as I could. Whenever I'm referring an ebook, I just don't mean a Kindle. For Kindle, I will be making a separate video, but when I say an ebook, I'm referring to any kind of PDF, any kind of MOBI file, an EPUB file which you read on your mobile, on your tablet, on your laptop, or even on your desktop. Alright, and a physical copy is, of course, any paperback or hardbound book. Yeah, with that said, let's just quickly dive right into this video. Let's get started. Alright, so the first parameter that I'm taking to compare the two is immersiveness. Now, whenever I think about physical books, the first thing that comes into my mind is a feeling. And feelings, as we all know, are irreplaceable, and so are physical books. Now, physical books have a different charm to them. Whenever you're reading a physical book, you're not just reading the story or living the characters, but you're actually forming a bond with that book, that cover, those pages, the smell of that book, the weight of that book when you first hold that in your hand. And all these factors actually lead to a much more immersive reading experience. All these senses, because they are involved so much, the reading experience tenfolds. And that does not happen in the case of an ebook. Yes, you're reading the same story. Yes, you're having those same moments. You're living the story. But less senses are involved. Now you may wonder that I've already said that physical books provide a better reading experience in terms of emotions and feelings. So why do I then read an ebook? The reason is very simple, and that is affordability. Physical books are costly, even if they are on discounts. To buy all the books which you want to read all the stories which you wish to read, it is very difficult to buy all those books, especially in India when your parents don't support you reading. It is very difficult. Alright, and when it comes to ebooks, as we all know, I've already shared some sites which provide free ebooks, but apart from that, even if you search on Kindle, ebooks are available for much cheaper rates. Now that we have talked about affordability, let's talk about accessibility. And here as well, I feel like ebooks are much more accessible. Ebooks are just one click away. If you really want to read a book right now, if I want to read a book right now, I can just Google, I can just go on my Kindle and click that download button, purchase that book, and voila, I just have it in my hand and I can read this story. And now that we have covered two parameters starting with alphabet A, let me get over with the third one as well, and that is aesthetics. Here, ebooks don't even come close to physical books. We all know the power of a good book cover. There have been so many times when I just bought a book for its cover, or I picked up a book before the other, not because of the story, but because I liked the cover. It attracted me towards it. The prettiness of the cover, the pigmentation of all the colors, it looked beautiful in my hand, not the story, but just the cover. We all say don't judge a book by its cover, but we all do. We are all guilty of it. And then again, all these beautiful books add an aesthetic feeling to your own apartment, to your room. Books, when you keep in your home, give a different vibe. They show your personality. That does not come with an ebook. Ebook is just this gadget right here. Do you feel it's pretty? No, I don't feel it's pretty. It's good, it's practical, but it's not pretty. I won't say, oh my god, this is so pretty, or this wouldn't start a conversation for me. That's another parameter. Ebooks have a sense of starting a conversation. Whenever I get my book out, when I'm reading a book outside my home, 99% people will ask me, what are you reading? Why are you reading? Sometimes people get inspired and they themselves pick up a book. So this point of physical books being a conversation starter has a con to it as well. I'll just quickly share my experience. So whenever I take a physical copy out to read, people find that I'm offending them. I mean, how is it fair that when people scroll through their mobiles in a gathering, when people are talking, it is okay to scroll through your mobile, to go through your social media, and that's not offending. And if I'm reading a book, then that's offending them. I just don't find it reasonable. And that's where I feel like ebooks are better. First of all, this is the second point as well. Ebooks are much better to carry, to travel around. You can't carry, if you're going on a trip, to carry 3 to 4 books together gets very difficult. Sometimes books are heavy, sometimes the books are thick. Even if they are thin, you can't carry around. Physical books are not that portable, whereas ebooks are portable. You just have to store all those books in just one gadget and you can carry them around however, you can read them wherever you like. Another very important point is storage. I know I've already said that physical books provide an aesthetic look to your room, but what if you have limited space? What if you don't have a room of your own? What do you do then? You can't just place a book anywhere, everywhere, in dust, in water, unsymmetrically. It will get damaged, and that's something that you wouldn't want, right? And that's where I feel like ebooks come into play. You can store hundreds and thousands of books in just one gadget. Even if you don't have a Kindle, you have a phone of your own. You can store in a tablet, and you can store thousands of books without even worrying about space. Also, if I compare, I own more of ebooks than physical books. Of course, a factor of affordability price comes into play, but then again, I don't like hoarding things. I don't like hoarding books as well. So the number of books I have as physical books in my shelf is way less. Like it's 1/4 the number of books I have as ebooks. Now, since I started reading ebooks, I can guarantee you the number of books I now read is almost 4 times the number of books I used to read back when I just read physical copy. And I'm not saying this is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying here that the chances of you reading multiple books increases when you're reading an ebook. And that's the sole reason for that is you can carry multiple books around at the same time. So if you want to become a reader, like you want to build up a reading habit, I feel like ebooks are better. People say that their attention span on ebooks is less than physical books, but I would say this from my personal experience that whenever I read a physical copy, I have to make up my mind start, especially in the beginning phase, that okay, I need to pick up a book and I need to start reading it. But if I had that book as an ebook, if I'm scrolling through my mobile and I'm feeling like, okay, this is too much, I just quickly switch to an ebook. I just open it and I don't feel like I get distracted. This is a very important point because of which I read an ebook, and that is nighttime reading. Now, we all know reading a physical book at night is not easy. I have my experience. I will be sharing the story. But the thing is, when you read an ebook, you either have the backlight if you're reading through Kindle, and that won't strain your eye. Even if you don't have a Kindle, reading on your mobile is something that you can do. I have done that, and I wouldn't recommend it because that does strain your eye. मेरी eyesight उसकी वजह से खराब हुई है, जो भी खराब हुई है. But then again, I did that. I feel like it is not easy to read physical books at night. Even if you're switching on lights, you don't want to disturb the other person in your house if you're living in India, if you're sharing a room. And reading in lamp light seems nice, feels good, but it does strain your eye. So I feel like in this category, ebooks do win the battle. Now, the last point is other requirements, and guess what? In this, physical books are a clear winner. You don't really have to think about the battery getting drained while reading or charging that device as soon as possible, or you don't have to worry about the internet to download the books. You just need that physical book in your hand and you're sorted. So here is how I'd like to sum up this video. First of all, ebooks are great. Thank God we have them. They are practical, they are portable, they are more accessible, they are more affordable. New age technology, you can carry around them while traveling without even worrying about your luggage. You can carry multiple books at the same time. You don't have to worry about the storage and all the advantages. Of course, you've seen the video, right? But that's not the only thing, they have disadvantages as well. And here is where physical books win and will always win, and that is the reading experience that you get when you read a physical book. You can't take away that experience. You can't have the same experience when you read an ebook. People say that physical books are all about romanticizing things like emotional things and feelings. Yet, yes, it is. But what is life without feelings? What is life without emotions? Sometimes you need emotions, and that's what physical books provide us. People fear that if they started reading ebooks, it will take over physical books, and that is not the case. That will never happen. Trust me on that. We should evolve with time. It's new age technology. If you won't evolve with time, if you won't give a chance to a new technology, you might just stay behind. So just adapt a little more. If you feel uncomfortable reading an ebook, it's all right. Just give it a little more time. Just try and read. At least, you don't really have to choose between the two. You can have both things at the same time, and that's what I do. So I read an ebook, and if I really enjoy that book, and if I think that I will be rereading that book, I totally get a physical book. So that's what I do, and that's something that's my advice to you as well. You can read an ebook, and if you really enjoy that book, you can buy a physical copy, and that will stay with you forever, right? So yeah, that's it with this video, and I hope you found this video helpful. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to know your thoughts, and yeah, that's it with this video. I'll see you later with another video. Until then,